Hi everyone, and welcome to your monthly reading by sun sign for March. Let's see who we're reading for today. We have Cancer. Welcome. Be sure to check out your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture of the month, or those readings may resonate more for you this month. So we do have a few things going on as always. There's a full moon happening on March 7th, and that'll be at 25 degrees Leo in sidereal astrology. And we also have the vernal equinox happening March 20th, the first day of spring. We'll have equal day and night, and that's at 5:24 p.m. Eastern Time. And then almost exactly 24 hours later, we have a new moon happening in the sign of Pisces in sidereal astrology, or Aries in the tropical system. And then the next day is March 22nd, and that'll be a palindrome date of 322223. So I think that'll be a very powerful week for all of us. It starts on a Monday, a moon day, and Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. So let's see what we have here. Okay, underneath the deck, Justice. All right, Justice is done. There is a rebalancing the scales, a recentering of yourself, perhaps bringing your life back into balance. If you were overextending yourself in one area, this is you reeling it back in, bringing it back into a less extreme position. Okay, because extremes are easy, moderation is difficult. We have the Ace of Fire. All right, so there is some ambition kicking off with this first day of spring, the sun moving into Aries, which is a fire sign. So, and it's initiatory fire like the Ace. So you're determined to strike a new beginning in some direction here. Fire is movement and action as well. And then we have the Ten of Fire. Okay, wow. So even though these came kind of in an opposite direction, it's giving me this sense of finishing up a cycle. I know, and then obviously I'm looking at the Justice card and thinking karmic justice, and the Ten of Wands is usually the end of a karmic cycle. So it's like you've paid your dues, you're free of these debts, these bonds, these contracts. They're being burned up by this Ace of Fire as you move off into a new direction. So there is something that you're leaving behind. The chains are broken. You're free to move forward. And let's see, the Ten of Water. Okay, yeah. Do you have any Sagittarius placements by chance? They were getting a bunch of tens and aces as well in their reading. Don't mean to spoil it, but yeah, the Ten of Cups is completion, happiness. You couldn't be happier to be free of this burden. There's a great weight that's being lifted off your back. But you couldn't be happier again to be getting this new opportunity to start something fresh and new. And then we have the Messenger of Earth. Okay. Well, Messenger, obviously, to me, it indicates a communication coming in. Libra, of course, is an air sign. But we also have, the element of Earth, which is security, physical new beginnings. So there could be something coming in, maybe regarding a job offer or a new place to live, some physical security in your life where you're getting feedback or return on an investment. Something is slowly and steadily making itself present in your life. Then we have the Hermit card, number 9, Virgo. So another earth sign. Could be in regards to your health. You could be getting a lot of good news involving your health this month. Or again, maybe deciding to make that change, that direction. Like I said, maybe the scales were imbalanced. If you were either underweight or overweight, but there's something that's being recalibrated here. And some attention being drawn to that health. Okay. All right, I'm going to get some clarifiers, of course. See what other messages Cancer needs to hear. So there's a definite improvement, though. It's almost like when the Ten of Wands is typically depicted with someone carrying all these wands on their back, and it's like carrying around dead weight, like somebody else's burden that's not yours to hold on to anymore. And as empathetic people, water signs, Cancer, you tend to absorb and take on the energies of other people. And this is, I think, you freeing yourself of that, deciding this is not good for my health, my mental, my physical, emotional health. something needs to go. And maybe that does involve setting up boundaries or secluding yourself, protecting your energy in the Hermit card, and retreating for a little rest and recovery, putting yourself first. All right, and underneath we have the Three of Orbs, the Three of Swords. All right, so it's a very dark, ominous picture, of course, but we do have the sun peeking through in the background, shining light. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel, you know? Like I said, you've been through a lot here with the Ten of Fire. There's, it's a breakthrough, though. You're getting rid of that. If anything, you know, the lightning reminds me of the Tower, the Epiphany, clarity on what needs to go, what no longer can continue. And taking a look at this, we have the Seeker of Chalices. Okay, so that would be the Page of Cups. And that's very similar to an ace. So as we had the Ten of Fire and the Ace of Fire, we have basically the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It's a new start. I think you're giving yourself a fresh start this month. All right. Guidance. Could be getting a lot of advice or mentorship from a teacher, higher self, angels and guides. Or I feel like more this is a physical person. This is the Hierophant, a Taurus. And that could be this messenger of Earth too. And then she's got the antlers, right? Like a Taurus has a bull. Financial advisor could be getting some advice in that direction on how to better prepare and secure your assets. But it could also be, again, this advisor in regards to health and wellness. And it's funny, we have two Buddhas now, right? So definitely a spiritual and enlightening experience, like the Three of Swords here, with the lightning coming down. It's like a light bulb being turned on. Okay. Or the spiritual guide is lighting your path. Nine of Crystals. Okay, I did mention a financial advisor or investor or something like that because you're getting these earth elements coming through in the Knight of Coins, and that patience, that practicality is paying off. It's giving you financial freedom, independence, security, and wealth. And we have the Nine of Cups. Now two nines. Definitely at the end of a cycle, you know, two nines, two tens. We're finishing things up, but this is getting your wish. It could be, again, getting a wish in regards to a physical manifestation coming through for you, securing that job, getting the apartment, you know, securing a bid on a contract, whatever it is that you're into, that you're making it yours. You're going to be able to hold it in your hand by the end of this month. Three of Cups, definitely something worth celebrating. Okay, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you celebrate all this happiness and success in the 9 and 10 of Cups? With close friends, good food, good wine, good company. Celebrating the end of a burden, some kind of freedom that you're able to embrace. All right, let's see what your astrology cards have. Or, like I said, celebrating your good health. Or your freedom. This card, even though it's a cup, it just gives me that sense of freedom. She's just flying, you know, flinging herself forward into life. And even the Justice card there has wings. Some of you could be getting, you know, a favorable ruling in a legal setting with the Justice card there, and that's worth celebrating as well. You could be getting a settlement, and that's going to allow you a lot more financial freedom. Okay, underneath we have Mercury, ruler of Virgo, and Gemini. Think, learn, network, and communication. Mercury rules the Magician card as well, and there's a butterfly indicating change and transformation, ascension. Absolutely. Lightening the load, as I said. All right, now we have Yin. Be ready to receive. Intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. And here you are, Cancer. You're the feminine waters and the feminine earth signs. And that's all throughout this reading. We do have a couple fire cards, but a majority is water, water, earth. Taurus is earth, water. Water and earth up here. But yeah, it's predominantly yin. It's that's the mood of the month, is that reception, as we're going to move into the month of Taurus too, at the end of, well, approaching the end of May, or end of April, excuse me. I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, we have conjunction, a union, merging, and coming together. Yeah, that's what I felt with the Three of Cups. That, three friends meeting on the road for a drink, coming together, a unification. It's often also called like the wedding card. And we have the Hierophant here, which is typically a marriage card. So there could be a wedding, physical or metaphorical. Like I said, a joining of forces, whether it be professional or personal. And then we have House 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Okay, well, water does have incredible healing properties. And I think, again, we're healing the wounds of being burned in the past by the Ten of Wands. We're applying a cold compress to our burn. And then we have House 1. Okay, so perfect timing. So we have the House 12, the end of Pisces, and we're coming into the beginning of Aries, House 1. Individuality, self-image, and approach to life. Yeah, you're stepping into your power this month, Cancer. You're feeling definitely unburdened and able to flow now. There's like a blockage or a dam that's been broken or released. Okay, let's move on to your archetype card. A breakthrough, even a spiritual breakthrough that you can celebrate. Okay. The desert, number 37. And 37 is the 12th prime number. We have house 12 here, spirituality and completion. Coming through the end of the 12 zodiac signs. The sun's ready to start a new journey, just like you are. So let's read about the desert. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks are terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. When light, surreal, strange, unexpected visions and silence. When dark, drying, deadening, disorienting, and isolating. When in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. Well, it's interesting. We started this reading with a very arid, fiery environment, a very desert-like landscape, if you will, and then immediately it's doused by this Ten of Cups to put out the flames. And the desert is alive and pulsing energy despite its desolate appearance. Turn toward it rather than away from it. Okay, so definitely don't forget the lessons from whence you came, right? We have the Hermit here, the keys above the doorway. So think of all these keys as lessons that open another door for you that you've accumulated in your travels. All right, now let's take a look at your Queen of the Moon Oracle. March for Cancer. The masculine, the lunar god, number 42. This is a full moon card. The counterpart to this is the Queen of the Moon, the divine feminine. So let's take a look at what the masculine lunar god has for us. It is time to step forward and lead. Be the leader in your own life. You have more power than you think. It is time to formally learn more. Enroll in a course or learn a new skill. Offer your protection to someone weaker than yourself. Take steps to improve your health and vitality. Okay, well, we had the Hermit coming in, like I said, taking charge or control of health and well-being. I feel like if there's been a period of sadness or depression or hopelessness, that's definitely being burned away here with the light of the new season and the coming of the spring equinox. It said take a class, right? And I mentioned the two Buddhas showing up, these two spiritual teachers. And here this Hierophant card is called guidance. A Hierophant is the teacher, right? And even on the traditional tarot card, there's the two keys that are crossing at the bottom of the card, and the keys are up here in the Hermit. So maybe education is your key to unlocking new opportunities, whatever, or a new skill that you have to acquire. And this is urging you to take action towards that. Throw yourself into it here with passion and trust, and know that, you know, this is the direction your energy needs to be planted, because it's coming out as very rewarding in the Nine of Coins and the Nine of Cups. Okay, some of you could be graduating or moving towards getting your degree this season. So may the positive attributes of the masculine align with me. While lunar gods are rare, usually their realms are the solar. They are conspicuous when they appear. The Australian Aboriginal deity of the Wonnarua tribal area encourages us to observe the laws of the land and to appreciate the beauty around us. It's depicted with having big eyes and no mouth, teaching us that sometimes beauty does not need to be spoken about, just witnessed with the eyes of our head and of our heart. The Norse god Mani, the moon himself, teaches us to be wise and about the passage of time. The Mesopotamian Sin shows us how to ask about the future and how important it is to protect the weak. There are many more. The traditional positive attributes of the masculine, such as strength, physical vitality, power of will, shielding and protection of the weak, are important for anyone to adopt, no matter their gender or orientation. Should you pull this card, it is asking you to step up into your power, your uniqueness, and offer your guidance to those who may need it. The companion stone or metal is black opal. All right, so you could be a social justice warrior of sorts too, defending the weak or people that don't have the means or the power to unlock doors themselves, things that they can't reach by themselves. But you're there to assist them. Okay, let's see what your animal totem is. Okay, the armadillo. So that's interesting, right? Armadillos usually live in the desert, don't they? All right. So again, there's more symbolism of defense here, defending the weak, defending, and here's a turtle with a hard shell. So maybe this is telling you to reinforce your boundaries. Again, with the masculine lunar god there, I mentioned earlier, as a water sign, you're very absorbent. Your boundaries are fluid. This is kind of calling you to set up more firm boundaries. We have the keys here showing security. Keys not only unlock doors, but they lock doors. They secure and firmly establish entry or denial, right? So be careful of who you're letting in with your boundaries. Maybe that's why it's asking you to kind of inflate this masculine energy within yourself, to recognize your self-worth and that you are a treasure, that you are, you hold a lot of value, and you're worth defending and protecting. So let's read about the armadillo. And both the armadillo and the turtle, they like carry their home on their backs, don't they? They're very mobile. All right. So yeah, actually the title of the armadillo card is Boundaries. Armadillo, armor all my boundaries, teach me my shields, reflect all the hurt so I will not yield. Armadillo wears its armor on its back, its medicine a part of its body. Its boundaries of safety are a part of its total being. Armadillo can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. What a gift it is to set your boundaries so that harmful words or intentions just roll off. Your lesson is in setting up what you are willing to experience. If you do not wish to experience feeling invaded, just call an armadillo medicine. A clue to how to proceed is to make a circle on a piece of paper and see it as a medicine shield. In the body of the shield, write all the things you're desiring to have, do, or experience. Include all things that give you joy. This sets up boundaries that allow only those chosen experiences to be a part of your life. These boundaries become a shield that wards off the things which are undesirable to you. The shield reflects what you are and what your will is to others on an unconscious level. Outside of the shield, you may put what you are willing to experience by invitation only. For example, a visit from a long lost relative, or criticism from friends, or people needing handouts. If Armadillo has waddled into your cards you chose, it is time to define your space. You may have been too willing to let your home become a bus station. You may find that you cannot say no even when you know that you will have to cancel plans to be obliging. This routine can get old in a hurry. It may be time to ask yourself the following questions. Am I honoring the time I need for my personal enjoyment? Do others treat me like a doormat? Why do I always get upset when I'm taken for granted? Is there a reason for my being a yes person? All of the answers to these questions relate to setting up boundaries, what you will and won't do, what makes you feel uncomfortable, and what is comforting to you. How you react in any circumstance has to do with your ability to be objective. You cannot be objective if you cannot tell where the other person's personality stops and where yours begins. If you have no boundaries, you are like a sponge. It will seem as if all the feelings in a room of people must be yours. Ask yourself if you are really feeling depressed or if this feeling actually belongs to the person you are talking to. Then allow Armadillo's armor to slice in between, giving you back your sense of self. Absolutely. I was talking about carrying around a burden in the Ten of Wands, taking on other people's energy. Is it really you? Are you really depressed, or is it the people around you that are depressed and therefore you take on that energy? Just as an example. But absolutely critical to health and well-being. I mentioned here in the Hermit, and improving that. Maybe some of you are dehydrated. The desert came up. Drink more water, and that'll help you flush out these negative energies that you've been holding on to. Okay. Let's get some angel cards for you. Okay. Cancer. Okay, release. Yeah, release those feelings that you've been holding in, or that things you've been taking on that aren't your responsibility. We have abundance. All right. Yeah. That's the 9 of coins here, right? There is abundance awaiting you when you put yourself first. Spontaneity. All right. So being more spontaneous can invite serendipity into your life. Lucky chances just by changing your daily routine a little bit, taking a different route to work. You never know. Or accepting an invitation is another way. So, and then we have a blank card. So the future is yours to write. Nothing is set in stone. You have free will to decide anything you choose to act on, of course. I want to take one more card. I'm just trying to think of what it is. I'm going to grab this Goddess Guidance card. All right. Which goddess has a message? Because we have the Divine Masculine here, let's see what the Divine Feminine energy has for us. After all, this reading's all about balance, right? Ask the Justice card. There's a couple here. Bodies of water. Solace. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Yeah. So very opposite of the desert, as we said. And Mawu, Mother Earth, you are called to help upon with environmentalism. All right, so that could be either large scale or your immediate environment on a personal scale. Cleaning up, like I said, your surroundings. What's toxic? Are you in a polluted environment? And you're being asked to cleanse that. Underneath, we have Bridget. That actually was her holiday on February 1st. And so stand up for what you believe is right. That gives off that masculine energy of the boundaries, too, with the armadillo. All right, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading, Cancer. If so, let me know in the comments below, or check out your moon and rising sign for another viewpoint for this month. Take care. I wish you the best. Bye.